Ni hao. It's time for us to learn a bit of Chinese as the Chinese are taking over in the motoring industry. My name is Big Boy Trev, and this is CBBT Extra. On to our first news item. It's all about the Greatwall Motors Tank 600 that is squarely aimed at the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. Now, we all know Greatwall Motors are a global company, Chinese by nature, but they're really trying to upstage the competition. So, of course, 2 years ago, I had a chance to visit the Research Valley in China, and I saw amazing things. And the first product that was tailor-made for the global market was the P-Series pickup, which is very comparable to the Ford Ranger, which is the gold standard in pickups, really. Now, the Tank 600 continues the onslaught onto this brand new market, and of course, it's going to be based on a box ladder chassis. What about the engines? Well, initially, this particular vehicle will come with a twin turbocharged 3-liter V6 petrol engine, supplemented by a 48-volt mild battery with a 9-speed automatic transmission. Now, these units are believed to deliver 260 kilowatts and 500 newton meters of torque, which is quite healthy in terms of suspension. We do believe that it's going to be fully independent front suspension, which is probably wishbone, and at the back a solid beam to ensure that it has maximum wheel articulation. In terms of the interior, well, if you want to look at the design face of this particular vehicle, we do assume that's going to look pretty close to the P-Series pickup, which is amazing. Plenty of leather and of course plenty of technology. You do have the dual screens that allow you to have a multimedia interface, and of course the driver display modes. And of course, in terms of safety, Greatwall are making waves as far as safety is concerned. So you do have quite a number of new items, including driver assist systems, for example, cruise control, adaptive control, and of course autonomous emergency braking, and of course 9 airbags that comes as standard. And these things are coming in and trickling down to this new particular Chinese products, and of course they're giving absolute value for money. So locally, who's the Greatwall Motors representative? Well, we do know that DTW was at some point the main dealer of Greatwall, so we do hope that maybe somebody will pick up this particular franchise and offer Kenyans this absolute value for money when it comes to having this Greatwall Motor 600 tank SUV. On to our second news item. It's all about the Haval H6. Now, this Haval H6 is a premium crossover that is now available in many parts of the world, including South Africa, and of course you're hoping that's going to come to Kenya. So what's this H6? It's a brand new software that is actually built on the Lemon platform. Lemon is a platform that Greatwall Motors have actually used. It's a modular construction that allows you to use multiple vehicles on it, including this H6 Haval. There's a H4, there's a H2, and of course the Jolion, which is also a sort of a crossover that is in the league of the Nissan Dualis, or in the UK it's normally referred to as the Qashqai. Now, what makes it different? Now, this particular vehicle is aimed at the buyers who buy the Toyota RAV4, the Nissan X-Trail, the Mazda CX-5, and of course the Hyundai Tucson. But it's slightly larger, probably a few centimeters more, so it would be like in the size of the Renault Koleos. Now, in terms of performance, this is where everybody's looking at. It will come with a 2-liter turbocharged direct injection engine that produces 150 kilowatts and 320 newton meters of torque, and power is sent to the 4 wheels courtesy of a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, and of course it comes across the whole range. Now, in terms of tech, plenty of it. Of course, you do have that multimedia interface that now is coming in as standard, which is 2 large screens, tablet style, that run across the whole dashboard, and of course you do have amazing safety kit courtesy of Haval. If you don't know, Haval is a sub-brand of Greatwall Motors, and of course they're doing amazing things in South Africa, and we do hope that they'll come probably in Kenya. So in terms of pricing, in South Africa this particular vehicle is roughly going for about 4 million shillings, and it's certainly like a million bob cheaper as compared to what you probably find with the Toyota RAV4, the Nissan X-Trail, and the Mazda CX-5, who are the rivals. So absolute value for money. Do you reckon this particular vehicle is the one for you? Let us know if the Haval might come to Kenya. Now, Greatwall are doing amazing things. So they've just unveiled the P-Series pickup, which is squarely aimed at the Ford Ranger and Toyota Hilux buyers. Now, the Chinese are getting it right. Guys, they have caught up, and I can tell you the P6 is just for an example of what the Chinese can do. So this particular pickup is actually based on the Lemon platform that Haval / Greatwall Motors do have, and of course it's a box standard platform that is very rigid and has been tested in the outback of Australia and different places to ensure that it is as rigid and as sturdy as possible. So power will come from a 2-liter turbo diesel engine delivering 120 kilowatts and 400 newton meters of torque. I guess the Chinese were a bit cautious just to ensure that the power output can be higher, but in terms of efficiency and longevity is able to sustain our kind of feel. And of course it's powered by that, and all the power is sent to the 4-wheels courtesy of an 8-speed automatic transmission. And of course you can have a choice of 4x4 or 4x2 depending on the derivative of pickup that you have. Of course, the 4-wheel drive system, it comes as standard. It has a 2-speed torque on demand 4-wheel drive system, and of course it has differential locks to ensure that you don't get stuck when you get to bundu bashing the different parts of Africa and across the world. Now the P series will actually do have quite a number of variants. You do have a single cab and a double cab, and of course from the highest spec with all the latest gizmos that you probably find even on the highest spec like the Wildtrak Ford Ranger. You're able to get all that in this P series at a slightly reduced price. Now, we do not know when this pickup will come to Kenya, but I do understand that one major dealer is looking at bagging this particular Greatwall brand and getting it up to Kenya. The previous owner of the brand was DT Dobby, but I think because of the change of ownership with the CFAO, they decided to let go of Greatwall. So what do you think? Do you reckon the Chinese are up to something? They think they can keep up with the big dogs, and of course when it comes to electrification, they are also trying to lead in that direction. So what do you think? The Chinese, are they making a big wave? Do you think the choices of buying vehicles will change in the next 5 years? Let us know seen on the social media handles below. So guys, thank you so much for watching Cars with Big Boy Trev Extra. We are making content, we're shooting, and we'll be back very, very soon. So make sure you tune in to Cars with Big Boy Trev. Like, subscribe, and share for the best news around the world.